Kenley Jansen on the mound as we go back to Hyundai Key for the game today. Shadows of the night, especially with that cutter hitting those shadows of the plate. We saw that very effectively early on for Kyle Hendricks, who was absolutely dominant. Brockberg, what a job he did to keep the game tied. And just like that, base hit by Rengifo, giving the Halos the lead. Kenley Jansen a chance to save number 450 tonight.
For Lee Smith, it happened in an Angels uniform. It was June 11th, 1995 in Baltimore, as Lee Smith held down a 1-run lead. It was his 450th career save, at that time the all-time record. Now Kenley Jansen tries to become the 4th pitcher in history to make it to 450. Kevin Newman now the shortstop after scoring the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th. Jake Mangum's at the plate, and Jansen deals ball 1. Mangum, then Walls, then Yandy Diaz. The Rays only have 1 player left on their bench, and it's their other catcher, Ben Rortville. That cutter just dances right by the bat.
And tremendous spin on his cutter, too. A lot like Zephyr John's, but even more so.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Mangum. Mangum, a 29-year-old rookie. Punches it off the glove of Rengifo. It's a base hit.
Well, just put it in play. We've heard the reports that that's what he does. He puts the ball in play. Now you have a serious speed at first base. Right at Rengifo. Time to leap. Unable to control the baseball, though.
But imagine Walls might bunt here, although I can't imagine it's easy to bunt Jansen.
I think he's going to do. He's going to give him a chance to steal the bag.
Mangum with a good lead at first. There he goes. First pitch. Darno's throw to second. A good one. He is safe.
Oh, that was right on the bag. They're going to check him there. That felt like it was right on the slide. If he applied the tag at all, he's got him. Checking it.
Angels want to check. Big moment here.
Well, that throw was perfect. You're seeing catchers throwing right at the base runner. If he's applying the tag, he's out. Let's see if he got him. I think he got in there.
Well, if Newman would have kept the tag on, Mangum came off the bag.
And I think he got in there.
Calling the field is safe. Los Angeles challenger.
Well, Newman tagged the ground is the problem on the tag attempt. 2 problems, really. One, he tagged the ground, and the other, he didn't keep the tag on.
Yeah, he had that little swipe at it. I don't think he got the body enough where they're going to change it. What a great throw that was by Darno. That was an unbelievable throw. I think if he's rolled safe, it would be different.
The call on the field is confirmed. Runner safe.
In the Angels' case, you might as well check it in this moment. It was a great throw.
It was an incredible throw.
And a lot of infielders are taught to keep the tag on in case the base runner does go past the bag.
And here comes the bunt now. Hope we get a pop-up on it, maybe.
Infield corners are pinching in with the runner at second now and no outs. Even need to bunt here. Wall squares anyway, and he lays down a beauty. This might be a base hit. Rengifo has to put it in his pocket. It's the second time we've seen that from an Angel third baseman, taking a step back toward third base. Plus the way the grass is cut here, the ball just died.
Well, we talked about that, how the baseball, he went back to third base.
Now, there was no reason for Rengifo to go back to the bag initially. And by the time he came in, he had no chance. So Mangum with the hit off of the glove of Rengifo. He steals second base. He's at third after the bunt base hit by Taylor Walls. And now Yandy Diaz, as Jansen looks for the strikeout. It has been a battle in the final innings here tonight. Angels have their infield in. 0-1 to Diaz, who was 0 for 3.
The defense in here now, trying to cut off that play at the plate. You got Walls with good speed at first base also. I think you're going to take a shot at that, though. That was just a great throw by Travis d'Arnaud. Just so close. This whole inning, again, odd.
Runner goes from first. No chance to throw him out. So now the Rays using their speed at the bottom of the order to set the table for a potential 9th inning comeback.
Yeah, that's what we talked about on the pregame show where Eric Weston, the speed of the Rays now, a little different club than they've had in the past.
They've stolen a lot of bases. They've added a couple in this inning. And now the tying and winning runs are in scoring position. Jansen's back against the wall, searching for his 450th career save. 3-0 on Diaz. First base is open, but Brandon Lau is their best hitter, and he's on deck. Angels have had this one in hand a couple of different ways tonight. But the Rays with a 3-run 7th, and then they gave the lead up. The Angels fought to get it back. Now trying to hold it. A strike to Diaz. Mangum the tying run at third base. It's Walls the winning run at second. And the infield in for the Halos. Diaz had a good cut at that cutter from Jansen.
And one thing about Jansen, though, he's got a lot of career strikeouts.
He is the 5th most in history by a reliever.
I think if he can get a punch out here, you might walk Brandon Lau to lower the bases.
I would certainly think that would be the case, but first things first is getting by Yandy Diaz, who in the past has not been a huge strikeout guy. He typically will put it in play, at least in the past. Fouled that one back. Only 95 strikeouts for Diaz last year in 620 plate appearances. So he tends to put the ball in play. And a few years ago, walked more than he struck out for the entire season. And a wild ride for Angel fans tonight. Jansen trying to hold in the 9th inning. Chopped to third. Renjifo's throwing home. d'Arnaud has it, and Mangum is out.
Wow. Now you still have a chance at a double play ball. Nice play by Renjifo. Contact play on. Out at the plate.
Second time a Rays runner has been cut down at the plate on an infield play.
He had that slight hesitation, maybe threw off his timing enough. Again, he's given that path, and then he blocks it after the throw takes you to home plate. Kind of surprised, although with both runners going, you still have the same. There's another runner at third base, but they're going on contact there. I was kind of surprised initially, but good play by Renjifo.
One out. Brandon Lau tonight is 1 for 4. He has struck out twice. Now the middle infield is playing at a quasi double play depth. And Paris is kind of halfway, and Newman is right up against the bag at second. Jansen throws to first. And the runner at third, Walls, took a big leap toward the plate but didn't go. Jansen was maybe trying to bait Walls into heading for the plate there.
Diaz doesn't run a whole lot. I can't imagine him trying to go here, especially with Lau at the plate.
Runner at third is Walls. Diaz at first. Lau takes strike one. Good pitch.
That was firm too. 95.
And kind of surprised him, I think, with a bigger fastball there than the normal cutter. Well, these Angel relievers, between the job that we've seen from McDaniels and then Burke and now Jansen in these later innings, trying to keep this one for the Halos. Check swing.
That was a nasty slider.
Ball 1.
By the way, that was a strike too.
Kenley Jansen trying to notch his 450th career save. It's not coming easy. They seldom do. And the Angels trying to store a big road win in Tampa. Swing and a miss.
96 cut piece. By the way, Diaz 8 stolen bases, 7 caught in his career, so he's not going anywhere.
Remember, it's Caballero on deck, not Caminero, who is the better hitter. Homered earlier, Caballero came in the game for defensive purposes when Tampa took the lead in the 7th. Time called. That's a second disengagement. Something to be mindful of with the runners on the corners here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brandon Lowe. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Fuzz upstairs at 94 from Kenley Jansen. Got him to elevate, chase. The reason why this guy knows what he's doing out on the mound.
3rd time that Lowe has struck out tonight. Now, Jansen requested this meeting. He wanted everyone to come together to the mound.
Yes, he's talking about all the potentials as far as what the runner can do. Is he going to run and stop?
You can see him even motioning to the dugout of where he wants the infielders. So he is in charge here. The big man's taking over.
Well, we know that on the plane where he wants to sit on a row. He's got his own row.
I'm surprised they don't let him fly it sometimes. He is definitely in charge on the plane. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th, and Jose Caballero is the batter. You see Ray Montgomery and Ryan Goins positioning the infield. Boy, this is the highest of high levels, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is this sport at its finest.
What he's doing, he told Shawniwell just to get off the bag. Let Diaz think about running. He wants that coverage in the infield because of that cutter.
The batter is Jose Caballero. Diaz getting a walking lead as he takes off to go to second base, and Jansen fires in a strike. So this was at the behest of Jansen, that he wanted the infielders positioned a certain way here to go after Caballero and end the game. Diaz at second, now the winning run. Walls at third, the tying run. Swing and a miss. A half swing at that.
That's why he wants that guy Shawniwell off the bag, because it's trying to punch it. Remember that fly ball he hit with Mike Trout out in right field.
Caballero has struck out the only time he's ever faced Jansen. And now Kenley's ahead of him 0-2 as Jansen steps off. What a scene here in the last 3 innings.
Oh.
Well, Steinbrenner Field doesn't rock like this for Yankee spring training or Tampa Tarpon games. It's the big leagues here in Tampa. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Say goodnight to the Rays. Kenley Jansen's 450th career save is dressed in an impressive way here tonight.
Wayne, how is that possible what he did right there? There's a reason why he's not even huffing and puffing out there. He was so calm under that pressure. He's smiling now, but what a job. 450 save in his career. And I'll tell you, he's had a lot of them. But I'll tell you what, that was a stressful one, and that was a masterful job. You have a veteran at the front end, veteran in the back end, and a victory for the Halos today. Kenley Jansen. Oh my, what a job he did.
He was the least stressed guy in the ballpark.
I can't even breathe right now. Oh my.
The way he took over there on that mound meeting before Caballero, Kenley Jansen was already thinking about what was going to happen in that at bat.
And he makes sure, because with a cutter, you know, the first baseman, he doesn't want to hold the bag. He don't care about that stolen base. He's one of those old school guys. I don't care about a stolen base. I'm that good. Ren Hefo, happy game-winning hit. Kenley Jansen. Oh, this is game 1 of this 3-game set.
Good game 10 of the year.